Hello and welcome to a brand new Renaissance Gaming production. Words cannot begin to express how excited I am to bring you Pokémon Red. This is one of the biggest games that had an impact on my childhood, and probably the game I most spent my childhood on, so it's a shame and almost a sin that I have not recorded it for my channel. I always thought it would be too difficult to record a 100% playthrough of this game because of some of the different mechanics, but I sat down and I thought about it, and I think I can definitely do it. So, as with any other game on my channel, this is going to be a 100% playthrough, so of course I will be playing through the main story, but I will also be talking to all of the characters to fully explore the dialogue and the storyline behind this game. I'm going to be getting every item, including all the hidden and secret items. I'm going to be battling every single trainer in the game, and of course I am going to be completing the Pokedex by catching all 151 Pokemon. If you are familiar with Pokemon, you will know that you cannot actually catch all 151 of them in one single version. You have to get some of them from the other Generation 1 versions, such as Pokemon Blue or Pokemon Yellow, and the way I will be doing that is once I get to that point where I need to catch those Pokemon, I will be doing a brief playthrough of Pokemon Blue, just enough to catch the Pokemon that I'm missing. That way I can trade them over to this game and get that full 100% completion. I am going to be showing all of that on screen, so it's really going to be a fun and exciting adventure. If you look at the layout, you will see 6 squares on the left side, and I will be updating Pokemon as I add them to my team. That way you can always see what Pokemon are on my team by looking at those squares. You will see also the Pokedex on the bottom left. You will see 0 out of 151. As I catch Pokemon, I will be updating that. And then on the right side of the Pokedex, there is a timer. The reason I have a timer there is because there's a lot of grinding in this game, meaning that sometimes I have to battle Pokemon just to level up, and other times I have to spend a lot of time looking for specific Pokemon to catch them, and I don't necessarily want to show all of that in the video, or this series will be 5,000 hours long. So what I'll do is whenever I'm going to grind something, I'll start the timer, and then I can do some video editing, but always leaving the timer running. That way, when I get back to the actual video, I can inform you how long it took me of grinding something in order to accomplish it. This is a game that fully captures the Renaissance gaming theme that I like to accomplish with my channel, playing some of these older games that were very impactful for me in my childhood. I don't know if many of you grew up during this Pokemon era in the late 90s, where every kid had a Game Boy Color, and we'd all go on the playground with our link-up cable, and we would trade Pokemon, and we would battle, and it was just so much fun. There was such a community around this game, and I'm so ashamed to say that I've let Pokemon fall out of my life. I've played through Generation 1 and Generation 2, and then I never played Pokemon again. And that's a damn shame, because like I mentioned, this is one of the most impactful games of my childhood. And so, as a long-term goal, I would love to do a 100% playthrough of each generation of Pokemon. So I'm not going to do 100% of Pokemon Blue and Yellow as well, but picking one game from each generation, in this case Pokemon Red, and then moving on to the next generation, so Pokemon Silver, Gold, Crystal, and then eventually work my way up to the current iteration of Pokemon. That's a lifelong goal right there, because that's going to take some time, but that's eventually what I want to get to. The last thing I want to bring to your attention is the coloring. I did adjust the emulator, which I'm using to record this game, to match the colors that are used in the Game Boy Color for Pokemon Red, so you can see this red-green color palette. This is exactly what the game looked like if you were playing it on the Game Boy Color. I think I've rambled on long enough. Let's go ahead and start this game. So first thing I'm going to do is make the text fast, and then we can go ahead and begin a new game. Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name? So I'm going to be naming myself Ren for Renaissance Gaming, and canonically it's all uppercase for the names in this game, so that's what I'll be doing. Right, so your name is Ren. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby. What is his name again? So if you were watching the anime, his name would be Gary, but canonically speaking for the games, it should be Blue, so that's what I'm gonna go with. That's right, I remember now. His name is Blue. Ren, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Oh man, I am so excited to be playing this. You guys have no idea. Ren is playing the SNES. Okay, it's time to go. Super Nintendo. Here in the corner there's a PC. So I turn on the PC and there is a potion in here which heals 20 HP. So it's good to pick this up. That way you're already starting with an item. Well, let me go downstairs and talk to Mom. Right, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Professor Oaks next door is looking for you. Speaking of TV, let me check out the telly here. There's a movie on TV. 4 boys are walking on railroad tracks. I better go too. So that's an allusion to a movie called Stand By Me from the 80s, and it's actually kind of a dark coming-of-age type of movie, so it's kind of surprising that they made that reference there. Crammed full of Pokemon books. All the shelves have that same text, so I'm not going to go and read every single shelf. Ren's house. And my neighbor is my rival, Blue's house. So let me go in here, and let me hit on his sister, because that's what you do with your rivals. Hi, Ren. Blue is out at Grandpa's lab. It's a big map. This is useful. And there is a town map here as well. So this is the entire Pokemon world I'm going to be exploring. It's going to be good times, but for now, let me head on out of here. And there's a girl outside here as well. I'm raising Pokemon too. When they get strong, they can protect me. Pallet Town, shades of your journey await. Let me talk to this guy too. Technology is incredible. You can now store and recall items and Pokemon as data via PC. Oak Pokemon Research Lab. Let me go into Pokemon Lab here. I study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. I also study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. Professor Oak is the authority on Pokemon. Many Pokemon trainers hold him in high regard. Yo, Ren. Gramps isn't around. Those are Pokeballs. They contain Pokemon. The save option is on the menu screen. Push start to open the menu. It's encyclopedia-like, but the pages are blank. This also is encyclopedia-like, but the pages are blank. There's an email message here. Calling all Pokemon trainers. The elite trainers of Pokemon League are ready to take on all comers. Bring your best Pokemon and see how you rate as a trainer. Pokemon League headquarters, Indigo Plateau. P.S. Professor Oak, please visit us. Okay, so not much else to see here for now. So I can try to head north out of town. But that triggers this cutscene. Hey, wait! It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Blue, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Ren. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha. They are all inside the Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. In my old age, I have only 3 left. But you can have one. Choose. Hey, Gramps. What about me? Be patient, Blue. You can have one too. Now, Ren, which Pokemon do you want? Heh, I don't need to be greedy like you. Go ahead and choose, Ren. I always thought it was really funny how Professor Oaks always seemed to like the protagonist more than his own grandson. I always laughed at that as a kid. So here's Bulbasaur. A strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. So you want the plant Pokemon, Bulbasaur? No, I don't. By the way, if you try to leave, Professor Oak will stop you. Hey, don't go away yet. So you have to pick a Pokemon at this point. Your Squirtle. After birth, its back swells and forms a shell. Powerfully sprays foam from its mouth. So you want the water Pokemon Squirtle? No. So that means I am going to be going with the theme of the red version and picking Charmander, the fire Pokemon. Obviously prefers hot places. When it rains, steam is said to spout from the tip of its tail. So, you want the fire Pokemon, Charmander. Yes, I do. This Pokemon is really energetic. Ren received Charmander. You want to give Charmander a nickname? No, so I'm not going to be nicknaming any of my Pokemon. Now, let me add my counter here on the Pokedex. I'll take this one then. Blue received Squirtle. My Pokemon looks a lot stronger. So, your rival will always pick the Pokemon that has an advantage over yours. So the way this game works is almost like rock, paper, scissors. Each Pokemon type has a strength and a weakness. Obviously, my fire Pokemon is going to be weak to water Pokemon, which is the one my rival chose. If a wild Pokemon appears, your Pokemon can fight against it. That's Professor Oak's last Pokemon. Wait, Ren. Let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. So as you try to leave, you do trigger the first battle of the game. Blue wants to fight. Sends out his Squirtle, and of course I'm going to send out my Charmander. So a lot of people will think that some of these attacks like Growl, which lower the stats of your enemy, are a waste of time, but it's actually very powerful. So I'm going to begin with a Growl. And that's going to lower Squirtle's attack. You can see he only did 2 damage there. I'm going to Growl again. Still only doing 2 damage, and I'm just going to scratch him until he dies. I guess we'll just kind of trade off here, and hopefully I can defeat him before he defeats me. The Tail Whip is going to lower my defense. That's okay, because I lowered his attack a couple of times. And now it should be even, I guess. So he did 4 damage that time, which is unfortunate. So he keeps using the Tail Whip. I should be able to finish him off in a couple more attacks here. I should beat him now. So I got some experience, leveled up to 6. Excellent. So I defeated Blue. What? Unbelievable. I picked the wrong Pokemon. So I got 175 Pokemon dollars for winning. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. Ren, Gramps, smell you later. I always thought it was funny that he said smell you later, and I like his little theme music too, it's really funny. Ren, raise your young Pokemon by making it fight. Excellent, so I can get out of here for now. And if I go back home to visit my mom, she will heal up my Pokemon. Ren, you should take a quick rest. Oh good, you and your Pokemon are looking great. Take care now. So let me head out north as I originally intended. So anytime you're in this tall grass, there is a chance of encountering Pokemon, so you have to be ready for battle. So this is a random encounter. Here's a Rattata. Level 3 Rattata. So I'm going to fight the Pokemon I encounter because I do need to level up. And I'll let you know why I need to level up in a bit once I get to it. But I actually want to get to around level 12. Which is a pretty hefty grind. But it's important for the 100% completion. There are some items that you miss if you don't do a certain thing. And in order to do that certain thing, you need to be level 12. But I'll talk more about it once I get to it. For now, I am going to fight everybody that I run into. It's already level 7. Very good. Talk to this kid. Hi, I work at the Pokemon Mart. It's a convenient shop, so please visit us in Viridian City. I know, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. So he gives you a free potion, which is great. We also carry Pokeballs for catching Pokemon. And, oh man, I didn't mean to do that, but I wanted to read that sign. That's alright, I'll fight this Pidgey. By the way, the only 2 Pokemon you can encounter here on Route 1 would be the Rattata and the Pidgey. I need this experience anyway. So Route 1, Pallet Town to Viridian City. Level 3 Rattata. And keep fighting them. Getting a lot of encounters. Usually you don't get this much on Route 1. But not a big deal. See all those ledges along the road? It's a bit scary, but you can jump from them. You can get back to Pallet Town quicker that way. Alright, so yeah, if you go on this left side and jump down, you can avoid all the grass here. Man, I'm really getting hammered with encounters. Hopefully this will kill it. Nice. Alright, so I finally made it out of there, which is good news for me. Trainer tips. The battle moves of Pokemon are limited by their power points, or PP. To replenish PP, rest your tired Pokemon at a Pokemon Center. Yes, go ahead and make fun in the comments. We're going to be saying PP a lot in this playthrough, because that's an important component of the game. Just inconveniently named, if you will. Oh, did not mean to do that, but good athleticism on my character's part. Heal your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. Pokemon Centers heal your tired, hurt, or fainted Pokemon. There's a Pokemon Center in every town ahead. They don't charge any money either. You can use that PC in the corner. The receptionist told me. So kind. So yeah, with the PC, you can deposit Pokemon you don't want to use, you can store items, and so on. And then over here in the corner of Pokemon Centers is the Link-Up Center area, where if you use a link-up cable with another Game Boy, you can trade Pokemon with your friends or battle them. Welcome to the Cable Club. We're making preparations. Please wait. So obviously I can't use that mechanic right now, but that's alright. So let me heal my Charmander. Welcome to our Pokemon Center. We'll heal your Pokemon back to perfect health. Shall we heal your Pokemon? Okay, we'll need your Pokemon. Oh man, that jingle. Thank you, your Pokemon are fighting fit. We hope to see you again. How many times have I heard that jingle in my life? Probably thousands, if not more. You want to know about the 2 kinds of caterpillar Pokemon? Caterpie has no poison, but Weedle does. Watch out for its poison sting. Here's the Pokemart. All your item needs fulfilled. Pokemon Mart. Hey, you came from Pallet Town? You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Will you take it to him? So I got Oak's parcel. This shop sells many antidotes. Wow, tons of Pokemon stuff. No, potions are sold out. Okay. Okay, say hi to Professor Oak for me. I read this sign here. Viridian City, the eternally green paradise. Let me talk to this kid. Those Pokeballs are at your waist. You have Pokemon. It's great that you can carry and use Pokemon anytime, anywhere. And then here is the Pokemon Academy. Phew, I'm trying to memorize all my notes. Looked at the notebook. First page. Pokeballs are used to catch Pokemon. Up to 6 Pokemon can be carried. People who raise and make Pokemon fight are called Pokemon trainers. Second page. A healthy Pokemon may be hard to catch, so weaken it first. Poison, burns, and other damage are effective. Third page. Pokemon trainers seek others to engage in Pokemon fights. Battles are constantly fought at Pokemon gyms. Fourth page. The goal of Pokemon trainers is to beat the top 8 Pokemon gym leaders. Do so to earn the right to face the Elite Four of the Pokemon League. Hey, don't look at my notes. Okay, be sure to read the blackboard carefully. The blackboard describes Pokemon's status changes during battles. So let's read about sleep. A Pokemon can't attack if it's asleep. Pokemon will stay asleep even after battles. Use Awakening to wake them up. Let's read about burn. A burn reduces power and speed. It also causes ongoing damage. Burns remain after battles. Use Burn Heal to cure a burn. Let's read about freeze. If frozen, a Pokemon becomes totally immobile. It stays frozen even after the battle ends. Use Ice Heal to thaw out the Pokemon. Let's read about poison. When poison, a Pokemon's health steadily drops. Poison lingers after battles. Use an antidote to cure poison. Finally, let me read about paralysis. Paralysis could make Pokemon moves misfire. Paralysis remains after battles. Use Paralyze Heal for treatment. So those are some effects that can be instigated during Pokemon battles, of course. So, yeah, that's that. So here, if you go up this little path on the left side, and you interact with this bush, there's a hidden item. Another potion. And I think you can actually grab it from the other side as well, but this just seems a little bit more climactic if I go all the way through here. You can't go through here. This is private property. Oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. He hasn't had his coffee yet. Let me go in this house here. Talk to the bird. The tweet. My daddy loves Pokemon too. Coming up with nicknames is fun, but hard. Simple names are the easiest to remember. Sparrow. Name is Speary. So he's nicknaming his Pokemon here. There's another town map. Okay. So let me head back to Pallet Town where Professor Oak is and deliver that parcel. Because there's not much else I can do here for now. And like the other kid mentioned, it's much easier to just jump here on the ledges. That way you can avoid a majority of the grass and encounters. Except this little area. That's alright, made it through unscathed. Oh, Ren. How is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to like you a lot. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What? You have something for me? They deliver the parcel. Ah, this is the custom Pokeball I ordered. Thank you. Gramps. What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request of you two. On the desk there is my invention, Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Ren and Blue, take these with you. Ren got Pokedex from Oak. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream. But I'm too old, I can't do it. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps. Leave it all to me. I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Ren. Ha 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 ha. Pokemon around the world wait for you, Ren. So, I was already hitting on his sister, so why not head back to her house and talk to her again just because he instigated that. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Here, this will help you. So I got the town map. Excellent. Yes, I knew she liked me. Use the town map to find out where you are. So if you leave the house and go back in, she'll be up and about and can talk to her again. Pokemon are living things. If they get tired, give them a rest. Very good. So I shall leave for now. Then let me go back to Viridian City. Avoiding a lot of battles this time, thankfully. Unlike last time. One encounter, not too bad. A level 4, okay. I keep scratching here a little bit. Critical hit, very good. Level 8, sweet. So once you come back into town, that grumpy grandpa should be awake. When I go shop in Pewter City, I have to take the winding trail in Viridian Forest. Ah, I've had my coffee now and I feel great. Sure, you can go through. Are you in a hurry? I see you're using a Pokedex. When you catch a Pokemon, Pokedex is automatically updated. What? You don't know how to catch Pokemon? I'll show you how to then. So I am not controlling this at all. This is all automated. The old man is doing his thing. Alright, Weedle was caught. First, you need to weaken the target Pokemon. So that's kind of like a little tutorial on how to catch Pokemon. And the way it works in this game is that depending on the Pokeball that you're using, it depends how much HP you have to take off the target Pokemon. So if you're using a Pokeball or an Ultra Ball, you have to get the Pokemon to 1/3 or less of their HP for the optimal chance to catch them. If you're using a Great Ball, it only needs to be half the HP or lower. So it's not like the lower it goes, the better your chance. It's once you meet that 1/3 or 1/2 threshold, that's as good as you're gonna get. And then you can put different effects on them that will also help. So sleep and freeze are the best, but also burn, paralysis, and poison will also help increase your chances of catching Pokemon. So that's important to consider anyway. Trainer tips. Catch Pokemon and expand your collection. The more you have, the easier it is to fight. Viridian City Pokemon Gym. This Pokemon Gym is always closed. I wonder who the leader is. So let me go around and try to enter that gym. The gym's doors are locked, so cannot go in there just yet. Alright, so at this point, there is an optional item that you can get in the game, and since I'm doing a 100% completion, I'm going to be getting it. So in order to get this, you have to meet several conditions. The first condition is you must not buy any Pokeballs. So I have not bought any yet, so I meet that condition. Number 2, you cannot have caught any new Pokemon. So obviously without Pokeballs, I haven't caught any, but it also includes evolving your current Pokemon. So I can't evolve my Charmander. So I meet that condition too. Condition 3 is beating your rival in the next battle, which is to the west here. But in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to get my Pokemon up to about level 12, because he's going to have 2 of them, and since I can only use 1 Pokemon, I need it to be pretty strong. If you meet all 3 of those conditions, Professor Oak will give you 5 Pokeballs. It's really not worth it if you're playing the game casually, but since it's a 100% playthrough, I'm going to be doing that. And this is where my little timer is going to come in, because I'm going to farm all the way to level 12. And then I'll probably do some editing in the meantime while I'm doing all that. So let me go ahead and start the timer. And let's start farming some levels. I'm just going to run around in this grass and hopefully get to the level I need. So while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to share a little bit of a story about Pokemon and what it means to me. And it all starts in a dark, cold winter in 1999. Like I mentioned, every kid in the playground was obsessed with Pokemon. It was a true cultural phenomenon. And I had saved up my allowance diligently for many months, and I could finally afford a Pokemon Red game and a Game Boy Color. So I got my money, I went to the store, and guess what? Sold out everywhere. This thing was sold out everywhere. I don't know if any of you were trying to get your hands on Pokemon or a Game Boy in 1999 around the holiday season, but there was just none to be found. I don't know what was going on, but no store had them in stock, and it's not like the days of Amazon where you could just order things online. Back then, you actually had to go to the store and get your things. So, it was crazy. I lived in New Jersey at the time, and my parents used to go to New York for the weekend pretty often to just walk around and have fun. And anytime we would walk by a store, I'd beg them to go inside to see if they had a Game Boy that I could purchase. And I remember just going into every store and nobody had them. We were in Chinatown, and there was this little Korean store that sold everything under the sun. And I asked the guy, and he said, "I just sold our last one." And I was so heartbroken. I even went to the Nintendo store in New York, and they were sold out. It was absolute madness until finally one day I walked into a Warner Brothers store in a mall in New Jersey, and they had it, a Game Boy Color, and I was so happy. I don't know how long it took me searching to finally find a store that had it in stock, but I think it was at least a month. So I got my Game Boy Color, and I told the lady behind the counter, "I'll take one Pokemon Red to go with my brand new Game Boy Color, please." Look at that, level 9, excellent. And you know what she said? She said, "We're sold out of Pokemon Red." Charmander learned Ember, by the way. So that's a good fire-based move that's going to make my Charmander much more effective. So they were sold out of Pokemon Red, but I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't wait. I had waited so long to get my hands on a Game Boy Color. All my friends were playing. And so they did have Pokemon Yellow. So that's the game I got, even though I wanted Red. So my experience with Generation 1 Pokemon games was with Pokemon Yellow. I had always wanted Red though, and so that's why I chose Red for this playthrough. Man, and I just have such fond memories of walking all over New York City, looking for the Game Boy Color. This was back when the Twin Towers were still up, so it's just so much nostalgia. And I was watching the anime for Pokemon as well. I remember I'd bust out my VHS and I'd set the settings on it to record when the show was coming on. It was just perfect nostalgia for me. And I remember battling my friends with a link-up cable, and just getting the link-up cable to work was such a mess, but it was so fun. And we'd trade Pokemon, and we'd all gather around in the playground and watch each other battle, and somebody would bust out their surprise 6 Pokemon, and the whole crowd would go wild. It was just such fun memories, and that's why this game is so important to me, and I'm just so happy to finally be able to bring it to you guys on my channel. Anyway, I'll probably do some editing now until I finally get to level 12. Level 10, very good. And level 11. By the way, you probably noticed by now, but unlike a lot of other RPGs in Pokemon, your Pokemon do not restore their health whenever they level up. So important to keep that in mind. And finally, level 12. Very exciting. So let me stop my timer here. Took me 12 minutes and 25 seconds to grind up to that level. Not too bad. Not too bad of a grind. About, yeah, not too long. Let me heal up here. And let me reset my timer too. Thank you, your Pokemon are fighting fit. We hope to see you again. Alright, so now I am going to head west to battle my rival Blue. And this path leads us towards Route 22. And you can have an optional battle with him here. Just above this area. Hey Ren, you're going to the Pokemon League? Forget it. You probably don't have any badges. The guards won't let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get stronger? Blue wants to fight. He sends out a Pidgey. So the Pidgey can be deadly because the Pidgey has an attack called Sand Attack. And if he spams that on you, you'll essentially miss every attack and you're kind of powerless to do anything. So I'm going to try to get this Pidgey down as quickly as possible. I don't mind taking a Gust here. I'd much rather take a Gust than the Sand Attack. Yeah, I'll definitely take this. I don't mind at all. So I'll do that. Now the Squirtle's a problem because Squirtle has Bubble now, which is super effective against my Charmanders. So I'm gonna growl a couple of times. I'll definitely take a Tackle. I don't know why he would use Tackle instead of Bubble, but as you can see, the Bubble is quite painful for me. My Ember would not be very effective against a water Pokemon, so I have to kind of scratch him to oblivion. That Tail Whip could be deadly. Ooh, I got a critical hit though, very good. And I should be able to finish him off here. The enemy Squirtle fainted, and I got 112 experience and defeated Blue. Ah, you just lucked out. So you got 280 for winning. I heard Pokemon League has many tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. Alright, so now let me head back to Professor Oak. I fought enough, so I'm just gonna run here. So I gotta go all the way back to Pewter City. Shouldn't take long with this shortcut here on the left. Although I did forget to heal my Charmander, I should probably do that. Actually, I'm not gonna bother. I think I'll be fine here. So again, Professor Oak here will give me 5 Pokeballs, but you have to meet 3 conditions in order for this to happen. Condition number 1, you have not caught any new Pokemon or evolved your starting Pokemon. Condition 2, you have not purchased any Pokeball from the mart. And condition 3, you defeated Gary or Blue or whatever you want to call your rival on Route 22. If you meet those 3 conditions and you talk to Professor Oak, he'll give you 5 Pokeballs. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon just by seeing them. You must catch them. Use these to capture wild Pokemon. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at them and try to catch NDTR. So the text here is all messed up, and I think it's because it's so rare for players to have met these conditions to get this, that the developers never bother to check this part. This won't always work though. A healthy Pokemon could escape. You have to be lucky. Come see me sometimes. I want to know how your Pokedex is coming along. Alright, let's get out of here. So now that I have Pokeballs, I am going to start catching some Pokemon. Starting in Route 1. Like I mentioned, there are 2 Pokemon that appear on Route 1. Rattata and Pidgey. So I'm gonna throw my Charmander. I think I would one-shot them, so I might have to just throw a Pokeball and hope for the best, because I think my attacks will one-shot them. Yeah, I'm a little too strong right now. So I'm just gonna have to throw a Pokeball at them and hope for the best. It's a level 2. So let me throw a Pokeball, see what happens. Ah, that sucks. Let me try again. Really? What a pain. I'm wasting all these Pokeballs. Wow, this is crazy. Come on now. There we go. Alright, Rattata was caught. New Pokedex data will be added for Rattata. So let me update my counter. Got 2 Pokemon now. Rattata is a rat Pokemon. It bites anything when it attacks, small and very quick. It is a common sight in many places. No nickname. What I will do though is change the order here so that my Rattata comes out first. That way when I'm looking for the Pidgey, I can try to damage it a little bit and hopefully not waste a Pokeball. So I can also level up my Rattata a little bit. A common leveling technique when you have a weak Pokemon like this is to send them out first and then switch them out with your stronger Pokemon. And then just kill them. And then the Pokemon you send out first will get half the experience. So you can see I gained 12 experience there, which is pretty good, I guess. Wow, it's all Rattatas, no Pidgeys here, huh? Let me kill just one more Rattata, hopefully get mine to level 3. There you go, level 3, good. Hopefully this is a Pidgey. There we go. Wild Pidgey. So let me go ahead and tackle. Critical hit. Oh, he got a critical hit too, so he could kill my Rattata here. Unless I catch him. If this fails, I might die with my Rattata, but that's alright, I'm not too worried about that. Alright, Pidgey was caught. New Pokedex data will be added for Pidgey. Update my counter. Pidgey is a tiny bird, a common sight in forests and woods. It flaps its wings at ground level to kick up blinding sand. So, no nickname. Excellent, so I think I am done here in Route 1. There's nothing else to do. And what I'm going to do is heal up my Pokemon to get ready for the next episode, because that's going to do it for this one. I can't express just how excited I am to bring this series to you guys. I've been wanting to get this on my channel for a long time. So glad it's finally happening. Hope you're excited as well. Be sure to join the Renaissance Gaming family by hitting the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.